Welcome back to the Everybody Just Calm Down podcast. I'm your lovely host, Danielle.
And I'm your boy, Po Theory.
I feel like it's been forever. And it's
You
only
think
been a couple
so?
days. But how was your weekend? Happy Monday.
It was pretty good. How about you?
It was fabulous. Some of you, if you guys are interested in Broadway at all, I went to go see Death Becomes Her this weekend. Extend the cup. It was fabulous. I went with my best friend. We had an amazing time. It was lovely. I'd see it again. I highly recommend it. Michelle looked great. But enough with that mumbo jumbo. We are here to review Real Housewives of Potomac, season 10, episode 5. Very interesting episode, and what I will say about this episode, my opinion changed on 3 people in this episode. From my first initial, however I felt about them before. Complete opposites. Overall feeling of the episode?
Didn't really have an overall feeling for the episode. One of the things that I will say, to everybody that keeps saying that our opinion is biased because of what Wendy is going through, it's 3 Black people on this podcast. Unless she was out here saying that she hates Black Americans or she did something that would hurt the Black community, or if she unalived someone, we all know someone that has done a little bit of fraud, a little bit of scamming. So for people to keep saying, "Oh, y'all just acted like that because what she got caught up," she ain't do nothing that crazy.
No.
Like, we all know somebody that did a little yang from time to time. So for y'all to think that little crime that she did is something that made us change our view of Wendy, it ain't it.
I'm so glad you brought that up. And for you guys who are not following our TikTok, make sure you guys are following our TikTok, because the girls were very upset about our last post regarding Wendy. The girls asked, were we even watching the same show? I mean, They dragged us. It was bad. We had never been jumped that bad. But we appreciate you guys showing your opinion. But also, to Erin's point, it's not that she didn't do anything that crazy, but also her actions prior to her doing this fraud is the reason why we have this opinion.
Facts.
But let's jump into it. So we start off with the aftermath of last week's dinner, where Ashley drops the bomb, that Stacy may have or have been dating Chris Samuels, which, as we know, is Monique, former housewife of Potomac's ex-husband. Stacy, listen, Stacy is not the girl that they think she is, but she's also not playing with them.
Right.
Because she checked them a couple of times in this moment. Like, we're good. Even though she was lying, she was lying now, because now we know there has been some footage that has been released since then, since this has aired, where Stacy is allegedly telling the producers that yes, they were dating, but it wasn't anything that serious. Stacy said, she says they were good friends and they had people in common. I don't even think she should have given that much information, because that was easy for Ashley to jump right in and go, well, how would you even know that? It was just an easy kind of jump on. And then she kind of ended it with, listen and listen good. I'm back with my husband, and that is all. I just thought it was interesting, again, how much smoke Ashley has for Stacy.
Oh, 100%. But it's also, too, I don't understand the smoke in general. She don't know Monique.
Because she said, you guys are friends with her, right? Like, what is that?
She don't know Monique, so I don't understand the issue. But carry on.
Yeah. After dinner, the ladies head to a little birthday cake celebration for Wendy. I'm so over Wendy's birthdays that I was like, she kind of really did scar me from last year's celebrations. So I kind of clocked out at this exact moment. But what I did notice in this particular scene was Kay's attitude. And then I started to notice it very frequent in the episode. Every time they showed her, she had this face on, like.
Right.
And it really bothered me because I didn't see it before. And I have been watching the comments and watching what people have been saying on social. Like, look at her. She's giving nasty energy, and I was just like, no, 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 no. This episode, I was like, oh yeah, this is a negative one. And then she claimed she was tired, but we got the real tea in the confessional. Like, she stuck to the story, and we now know throughout the episode, like, she stuck to the story of that she was tired. But
Mm-hmm.
depending on who she was talking to, as if the same way she said it in her confessional was, yeah, I wasn't beat. I wasn't beat off of the issues with Wendy, and I wasn't beat off of the issues with Jassi.
Right. And I think that's fair.
And that's fair. And then calling Angel the catfish. Because
Yeah,
for
that
some
wasn't
reason
cool.
that really bothered her because that is her friend.
Mm-hmm.
But also the ladies definitely paid it dust. They didn't even care. Like, they continued the game.
Mm-hmm.
Which then in my notes I say Angel got her wings, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking it back because after watching the rest of the episode, you weren't happy at all about that little
But I was
situation.
watching it and didn't think that she was that hype. When they kept saying, oh, she completely changed when Kay left. No, I don't think she changed. I think her energy was still the same. I don't think she was with y'all. Maybe I'm crazy.
Listen, when Wendy asked her who would she kill at the table, and she said Gizelle, and she was still very playful for a person, especially for a woman to be in a
She was
circle.
dead serious. Her face was not. She didn't even laugh
She
or smirk.
wasn't she wasn't joking, but this is the thing though. At that moment, she wasn't joking. Where she lightened it up was to show that, oh, she wasn't really that serious. She was joking around.
Mm-hmm.
She got out of character when she gave her the hug and was like, "Oh, it's over." That's when I thought it was done.
Mm-hmm.
Because
No, I don't,
again,
no, but this is also another thing with this particular cast that kind of blows my brain. We have been complaining for years about how these girls can never get along, and every single time it's a group event, it's like it just doesn't feel good to watch because they can never get along and they can never get past things. There's always been like this split between the girls,
mm-hmm.
and the fact that everybody has an issue with the split this year, but what about all those other years when there were major splits in this crew? Like, there's never been a full cast where all these girls hung out. So now all of a sudden that is Kay and Angel is a big issue that these girls can't get past it when y'all been doing that the whole time. I'm very confused by that.
I think it's you. I get what you're saying. I hear that part, but I think it's the energy surrounding them though too. Like, it's like a fake play nice. It's not consistent.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think that's why I think the issue is between Angel and Kay.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I think Kay is the real issue in this duo. Because again, we did not know, which again, going into the next scene, perfect segue. I'm shocked that Angel, the very next morning, Angel is telling Kay like she wasn't happy with Gizelle, which they keep rewinding the tape back for a reason. If you're not happy with somebody, I can tell you, at a grown woman, you don't have to hug nobody. You don't have to piece it up with anybody. Be the bigger person, however they say it. She didn't have to do all that to Gizelle.
But she
So
didn't. But that's the thing, though. I feel like she didn't do all that with Gizelle. It's like she was very much so serious about when she said, "Oh, I killed Gizelle." I thought that was like she was being honest there. And then the next morning, when she is, like she slept on it and thought, like, yeah, I kind of don't like the way you did that. And I think it's making a really big point. I think it's a great point to say that, yeah, I was pregnant, like I'm postpartum or whatever the case may
yeah.
be. I've had kids. I'm dealing with my weight, and yeah, they did affect me. Like
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think that this is crazy, and I can only imagine the comments that we're going to receive for me feeling like I totally understand where Angel came from. Like, sometimes it's like I'm not gonna fight this battle right now in this big group of people because we already know. Like, I'm just in my mind, I'm not how can I say it? In my mind, I'm not capable. My girl is not even here. I'm not capable to really go super hard. So I'm gonna keep it light and let you know how I feel. But if I was to really go in and say how I felt, all of
Right.
them girls would have jumped in and said something, and it would have been Angel all by herself.
That's
So she
fair.
waited to the next day and she slept on it, waited to the next day, and didn't even try to jump her with Kay. Kay left. And it was just them talking and having a conversation. And she cried because that was like, you looked like you low key did body shame the girl, even though you were just talking about her face. You
Yeah.
low key did that.
You
Because
did.
even though you weren't talking about her body, we know that this girl just had a baby. Like,
Yeah.
let's be
Two back.
real.
It was a two back to back.
Yeah, like, come on, man. Like,
And then
stop it.
I would say, to your point, like I said, and even in my notes, I'm like, Gizelle, you knew what you were doing, because it wasn't just about the face. You knew that.
Mhm.
And I spoke about Angel's weight and how she was feeling a couple episodes ago. I said Angel's gonna look back at this and be like, yeah, she's gonna get in the gym real, because she just had a baby. We could
Mhm.
tell that she's not comfortable in this body. I could tell that. And she could be dealing with postpartum for all we know, because
Mhm.
of this particular situation and what her lifestyle used to be, as far as her being on red carpet and being seen. So I get that. And Gizelle was wrong. I just thought, again, and again, everybody doesn't handle situations the same. So I guess that's why we may differ in that, because again, I don't care if you was there or not. I wouldn't have been playing no game and hugging around with you, whether I said I was going to kill, marry, or F you. I wouldn't have been
Mhm.
playing around, because I could have just displaced myself altogether, because I didn't feel
Mhm.
comfortable. That's where I'm seeing it. But I also do see what you're talking about in this situation. We now get to the breakfast part of it, right? And the ladies are all sitting down, and again, split again. Ashley is over with Kay, seeing, what we'll see with her. I love that Ashley really is an OG of Potomac, which is wild, because she is so young,
Mhm.
but she is an OG, and she's kind of like getting really into that role this season, like
Mhm.
being everywhere, but nothing at the same time, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So, but there was one point about this breakfast that, again, I haven't agreed with Wendy throughout this season, but again, I agreed with her when she said it's the same two people that have an issue, and no one wants to be around no crybabies. Like,
I have to disagree.
I
I disagree with that. It's not the same two people. The reason they're not categorizing Stacey in that, because Stacey's not giving the girls any time of day. Stacey's like, okay, y'all say whatever and move on. Not everybody's like that. Let's be very clear. Y'all are consistently. Well, I'll say y'all are consistently coming for Angel. Consistently.
mm,
And by proxy of Kay. Now, I do feel like with Kay, it is more of a doing on her own,
yeah.
like her energy. But I feel like with Angel, I just don't see it. I
Angel,
truly
I
don't.
think, is collateral damage to Kay, of them not
Yes,
feeling Kay at all.
yes,
That's what I
right,
choose. That's what
right.
I
I
think.
agree.
But I want Kay to be her own person and realize that y'all doing this to me off the strength of her. That's what I really want from Angel. That's what it comes down from. That's what it comes down
Fair.
to. So, even when they hit in the next scene, when they hit the Alexander Hamilton house, which, as a history buff, I was dying. I was like, oh my God, so fun. Um, Wendy, you didn't have to be passive aggressive and saying all that about stabbing in the back about the duel. That was corny. Went right
Yeah,
back
she's
to not
extra.
liking you. Like, girl, what?
Just
Um,
extra.
I appreciate Tia. Tia is another one this episode that, again, I had my whatevers with Tia. She is slowly but surely definitely about to be one of my faves. I
Mm-hmm.
loved how she pulled Angel to the side, and that she saw the bigger message
Mm-hmm.
with that. And I appreciated that. And she showed that she has constantly every time that they've tried to get Angel, Tia has been the one to pick her back up. Because Kay,
Mm-hmm.
for some reason, is never like really around when they were gonna chew her out. And Tia is right there. So I appreciated that. Um, but we get Jassi, Tia, and Angel chatting outside the Alexander Hamilton house. Speaking about WAG and OG WAGs and all types of stuff, right? Um, I love that Jassi is also clocking in,
Mm-hmm.
because Jassi is getting straight to the point, but not in a nasty way. I think her delivery is like, it's not it's I get when I say it's nice, it's a soft delivery. I don't know how to describe it, but Jassi asked her why is her energy different um with without when Kay is around. And
Mm-hmm.
I saw that in this episode where because Kay is not comfortable with these women and she knows that she's not really feeling none of them, is it's actually projecting onto Angel. Because
Mm-hmm.
Angel actually she's expressed that she's wanted to get to know these ladies, but she hasn't been afforded the opportunity to do so because if she's with Kay don't mess with such and such.
Mm-hmm. No,
So
I agree.
you know what I mean? She's and she basically told Jassi like, listen, you guys don't know me, so I wasn't happy at Wendy's party. I was annoyed, which I was Jassi. I was like, rewind the tape back. Is that what annoyed looked like? Call me crazy. That's not what
Yeah.
my annoyed looks like. But I was like, okay, maybe that everybody's different. Whatever. Um, but we head back to the house with their new names: the Curly Collective, the PPP, and what happened?
No, sir.
Oh, I was like, wait, what happened? Oh,
Mm.
but when Wendy decides she wants to circle back on Giselle's dating life because Stacy outshined it with the Chris Samuels information.
Oh, one of the most pick me moments of this. Oh God, this is what she's wanted since the beginning of her tenure, to be friends with Gizelle. What a cornball! What a cornball! Like,
Even
yuck.
Giselle was shocked. Like, oh, this is all for me? Like, do you not have anybody that you had to come to me? That's what I
Mm.
saw. Do you not have a friend that you really could say that is your friend? So you actually had to come to me because you've known me long? Like, girl.
I guess the girl she just want to be the leader. That's all that is. She just want to be one of the girls.
I
That's
just
all it is.
the only thing I got from that whole thing was Kay's body language and face every time Wendy was talking. Like, ugh.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody is talking and you just really be like, what are they talking about? Girl, shut up. Like, it was
Mm-hmm.
bad. It was I didn't appreciate Wendy. This was not her finest moments. It was like, bro, you better bark like a dog if you want it.
I'm dead.
Like, I didn't like it. Um, but Angel decides, she tells the ladies, listen, I'm in a happier mood. You know, this is great. My husband just sent me a cool 5,000 to go shopping with around the island.
Now,
Now,
what confused me about that was, well, it's one or two things. It's you only said that because it was like, you're on Housewives and you want to make it a flex, right?
mhm.
That's one. Or y'all married. Why did he have to send you anything? You don't have access to the funds?
See, okay. If I were answering for I would go with number one. See, I thought, okay, so number one, I was thinking it was more of a, this is a housewives. I have a husband and these broads don't, and my man is
Mm-hmm.
sending me money. As a person, you actually know me, and you know my relationship. My husband does send me money, so it's not
Yeah,
about access to the
but
account.
y'all stuff is separated.
We have joined as well.
Yeah, but that's for like bills and stuff, right?
Not necessarily. That's not
But
all.
I
No,
don't understand the sending of money. That's the part that I don't get.
it's like, honestly, it's more of a, well, to be honest with you, it's more of not even, it's more of a, not a flex to me, but it's more of a, my man will send me money if I want it. Like, I'm always
Yeah,
out, I'll be
why
like,
don't
oh,
you
send
have?
me money.
Yeah, that's the part I don't get because, like, in my family, every single woman that is married, from my grandmother to every single woman in my family that I know of, they have access to all the money. So why do you need money to be sent to you? That was the thing that was odd to me. Like, I was just like,
I
so wait,
do, it
do you
does
need money
sound,
to go groceries? Do you need money to grocery shop?
it sounds crazy. And again, I have my own money. Like, I actually have my own money. My husband has his own money, but we have our money together. But he will say, it's actually strange. And I have the cards, but he'll send me money. I actually don't know now. I
Yeah,
actually
that
don't
sounds
know.
crazy to me.
I don't know.
That
I don't
sounds like
know.
you are like you're on a stipend. That's what that sounded like to me when she
Yeah,
said that.
and it's
Oh, he
not
sent
like
me
that. It'll be
money,
like,
but you don't have access to the accounts. If he has to send you money, then you don't have access to the accounts. Because
no,
if you have access to the account,
no.
how does he send you money? You
Well, we
just use
also
your own account.
well, no, not necessarily, because now it's more of a maybe transactional wise, like moving money through the accounts. That could be another thing too.
Yes, child. Go ahead. Then that
You know,
goes into the point that it's a flex that she thinks she's housewives flexing in.
but that's what I was saying. I think it's more of a that versus not
Mhm.
having money to the access. And I'm just saying that from a person that has access to the money, but also nigga does send me money. I actually am gonna ask, like,
Mm.
why do you do that?
Mm.
But um and I love that I didn't like Gizelle trying to get funny with that, because I've always thought that Gizelle was jealous of married women. I've always thought that, and I will stand on that. I'm a firm believer that
Mhm.
Gizelle is terribly upset that her marriage failed because of how she was brought up and how the marriage was supposed to work. And she has every person that has been married around her, she's had something nasty to say about their marriage specifically. So I truly believe that she's jealous of successful marriages specifically. But anyway,
Agreed.
um, huh?
Agreed.
Oh yeah, no. I love that Tia expressed how different Black American parenting is compared to the African parenting that she's used to.
Mhm.
Again, when I'm glad that Wendy only got a 2 second minute to shine, because she almost tried to take over that. Did you notice that?
I was so happy that Chia kept pushing through and talking because Wendy wanted to take that over so bad, and Tia was like, "No,
No.
this is my time."
And you don't have an American husband. You're married to an African man.
Hmm.
You can't relate, sweets. Because again,
But
that
I
I think
also
that
feel like that's a very, but I also feel like that's a very specific. Maybe that's like specific to their household because, like, yeah, we may not be as strict as Nigerian parents or whatever the case may be, but
Mhm.
when it comes to American households, like black parents don't play that shit. Like what her kids were saying, like, I can't grow up and call my mother bro.
Oh, never can say bro.
Like, so what do you like? So I mean, how you raising your kids is much different than how Black American households even raise them.
How the husband
Just
grew
be
up in
very
Detroit
clear,
is definitely not the same way that you raising your kids.
right?
We can probably
Facts,
I can put a couple dollars on that. If I was a betting woman, which I am, I would put money that the husband did not grow up like that. Absolutely not. Oh, because the time difference just didn't make it doesn't make sense. Um
right?
so the ladies head to on their little party bus to the Artisan Bay to do some shopping. Again, Wendy being nasty while they in the shop. Now the $5,000 thing was over, and her bringing back up was also very nasty. How are
It
you
didn't.
gonna?
It didn't. It didn't. It litterally made no sense. It literally was so pointless
What
to
did the
even.
shirts in there
Well,
have
what
to
you gonna
do
do
with
with five thousand
$12?
dollars? How many, sweetie? We can go to Beverly Hills. We can go to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, where they are always in some country and going through different little shops, and with Kathy Hilton and all of them that have buku coins. Are we gonna? Is someone gonna say, "Well, what you gonna do with all this money at this little?" Like, what? What was the point of that?
What was the point of that? What was the point of that? And again, we know that she addressed it, she said it, but once we were done with that, it should have never been brought up again at all.
Mm,
So,
agreed.
and that was weird. Like, girl, and this is why you got sick. So you see how God don't like ugly, just being nasty. Now you don't feel well. Um, Now, Charles, in this next scene, maybe Stacy is really funny without being funny. Let's be real. Um, Stacy is trying to sex her man child because Angel is telling the girls, listen, she already text Big Bobby. She's ready.
Mm-hmm.
Stacy Stacy trying to text um oh trying to sext or whatever for thing. I I just think her and what's his name, Giacomo Domo,
Mm-hmm.
whatever
Timo.
the heck, Timo, they're not on that level. And I don't care how spicy she thinks she's gonna be. I don't think they're ever gonna be on the sexting level because even that fake
Oh
boob
well,
picture
yeah.
was
This
terrible.
probably culturally, it probably won't even happen.
Well, she said he's German. Like the humor is different. Like
Mm-hmm.
even they played that little clip back. I thought it was cute when she said it's getting hot in here, and she was like, "But I'm not gonna take all my clothes off." I thought that was cute. I thought it was
Mm-hmm.
cheeky. You know what I mean? Like that's their thing. Like they're quirky together. So I didn't get how, and I didn't like how Ashley tried to go back to Gizelle and tried to make it nasty, and Stacy came right back like, "Yeah, I mean, don't be talking about me. Like it's not fun." And Kay came right in and was like, "Well, it's new. Like y'all not off that. Like let's just lighten this up because I think
No fact.
they could have taken that in a nasty way, and we know that Ashley has been coming for Stacy this whole time, so she'll have nothing else to do but be
Every
nasty."
the, I don't know if it's like maybe because like I feel like, and not to compare the girls to Atlanta or like old school Atlanta, but like there was something
Mm-hmm.
about old school Atlanta that felt so core to Black society in terms of how they interact and how they deal with. Like how
Mm-hmm.
quickly, like when you're asking these questions, when they're asking these questions, and kind of come at her. If like I just could imagine anyone on that cast saying, "Girl, mind your business. Why? What's going on with you? What's tea with you?"
Right.
Like just
Right.
easy. But the way that they allow, like, there's just no way that I could get ate up by anybody on this
And
cast.
yeah, that's what it is.
Anybody on this cast.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, that's what it
it would
is.
just be maybe Tia. Tia, I would probably go toe to toe. Just that little thing I saw her do with Ashley. But also Tia is also giving the kind of vibe that she not here for the mess. Even when she talked about, I mean, yeah, I did think the same thing about Angel's selfie, but I would never bring it up. That's the difference
Right.
between me and Gizelle. You
Right.
get what I'm saying? So
Right,
like,
right, right,
I
right.
just don't think. I just think it would be just so easy to eat these girls up, and
Yeah, it
it
wouldn't even
bothers
be
me
fair to
that
be
like,
honest with you.
yeah, it bothers me that they allow these things to slide the way they do.
But let's be real, they all like basically have the different personality. Like same person, different font.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
Basically. Basically.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so after the ladies hit some steel drums, they head back to the house where Wendy is still feeling sick. Bye.
Mm.
But
Right.
they head to dinner at Mr. Sunshine's. Remind me if we ever go to Nevis to go to Mr. Sunshine's because once
Mm-hmm.
I heard weed and barbecue, it was lit.
I'm dead.
Sign me up. Um, it was Angel. Angel kind of started with this one early when she said, am I going to be on the menu?" Like you was waiting to get fried. I've never seen
Well,
anybody
but that's the
introduce.
thing though. But that's the thing. If you're going to start it off like that, be ready to like go to war. And you weren't even ready to go to war.
Why
Why would
did
you even
she?
do that?
I was like,
Like
"What?
what?
Why did you introduce a frying that you weren't ready for?" Like what?
Like I just knew that she was about to eat the girls up, or at least be like on 10,
Nothing,
ready to do
nothing,
what she was gonna
nothing
do.
to
It was
say.
nothing.
It was
Not a
not. She
thing.
gave
Not a
nothing.
thing
Like, did you even pitch the bitch? Like,
at all. That was very disappointed.
um, but it was nasty because we get Gizelle. You know, she comes to play. She starts the yapping. You know, Wendy was upset, letting Kay know, that she wasn't at the birthday party, which Kay was like, "Girl, let's be real. She didn't care I wasn't there, but okay, you just
I
wanted to
like
say
Kay's
that."
response though to that though. I liked her
She
response to that.
received it. No, she received it. She did receive it, and I enjoyed that. But once she received the message from Gizelle, she quickly turned to Jassi, honey, and was like, "Well, whatever it is with Wendy, because we're trying to rebuild a fractured friendship, as Kay likes to say it is, whatever that means." But she's saying, "Jassi, you've been talking for a long time, and you have a lot of things. You've been saying these things that I've allegedly said, but you won't say them out loud." And that's what's pissing me
Mm-hmm.
off about Jassi. Because you can't keep saying she kept saying this dirt and you're not dropping the dirt.
Facts.
What did she say?
No, I agree.
Like, what was the conversation about Wendy? And then you're saying the person's name or who it's about. So we know who it's about. We just don't know what was actually said. No, you need to give all that information.
Mm-hmm.
But then, and it even goes to the fact where beyond that, where Kay says she's even spoken to Jacqueline, and Jacqueline allegedly told her that Jassi said she was a snake. So Kay is like, listen, I can't confirm nor deny if she doesn't tell me what I said, which is to our point. Say
Mm-hmm.
what needs to be said.
Right.
And at the end of the week, we end the episode with Jassi slurping up a noodle saying, "Are you sure?" And then we get her in a little confessional after this ends, basically alluding to the fact that what we've been hearing the whole time. Stay away from Wendy. She's not a good person. Basically
Mm-hmm.
telling, and again, Jassi, I like Jassi, but I think
I
she's
like
trying to
Jassi too.
come in a little strong. I don't know.
I don't like Jassi being against her, like Kay. I just don't like
Yeah.
any of this.
Yeah. I love
But
them together. Cause I needed them two together for sure.
mm-hmm.
It's now time for our favorite part of the show, which is
Everybody, just calm down.
Girl, just calm
friend.
down. Yeah, for me it's gonna be I don't know this episode. I really don't know. Like I really don't know. If anybody, honestly, I would probably have to say it would be. I come back to me, because I really don't know.
Okay. You know what? I don't want to give it to this person because it was actually I was thinking as you were saying it, I was thinking of who I needed to calm down. And this is just a light calm down, but this is more geared towards calming down for her own self. I'm actually giving it to Kay because I want her to calm
Mm-hmm.
down because I don't want these ladies to have the effect that they do on her. Like, I don't want her to like miscount her blessings with being on the show and the opportunity that all this brings just because she doesn't like 2 or 3 women. Listen, one may be going to jail, so you may not have to be dealing with one. Don't let that negative
I'm
energy
dead.
like it's just coming onto your personality. Like you're not fun anymore. It looks like the life is being sucked out of you. And I don't like that the girls are saying that you're a sad girl and you're not fun to be around because I do remember that part. I want you to calm down for yourself and don't let these ladies phase you. Go back to the fun you and let's not care about this anymore. Sorry, Kay.
Um, for me, I guess in the same spirit, I'm gonna have to go with Angel. And it's gonna
Yeah.
be Angel. Just really let these girls have it at the end of the day. Like,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I can only imagine like where her hormones and her emotions are with everything, and then especially being on this show and being on the heavier side, I can see how that could affect you.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it's like, but there's so many other ways that you can eat these girls up. You are in much more of a benefit or a much more of an advantage. You've been able to watch the majority of these ladies on TV for a very long time. They don't know anything about you, so
Right.
use that to your advantage.
Yeah. Oh, good call. Good call, friend. Good call. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure if you're not already, make sure you comment, you're liking, and you're already subscribed to the podcast page. Make sure you guys tune in. Salt Lake City, new episode dropping as well. And until next time, bye guys.
Bye.